Hey, how are you?
Great.
It's good to be back.
Hi, it's good to be back, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's Sue again and David Selig here in San Francisco. David, if you've seen the other videos, is a genius at M&A and looks after lots of succession plans, and he's basically an investment banker in financial services. And what I want to talk about in this video with you is when we're talking about the situation of a business owner that is wanting to succeed from within the business, how you can make that happen from a structural perspective, how you can make it work really well for the young up-and-coming advisors taking over as well as the exiting one.
That's a great question, and it's a question that's perplexing the nation because, as I said on the previous video, the vast majority of firms would like to transition the business to their employees or their next generation, but they're having a hard time doing it.
You know how to make it work right there, don't you?
I've been around the block a couple times.
Yeah.
So, and the successful transitions, for those you have to look at what I consider the whole body of work, not just the equity changing hands over time, but beyond the equity, owner compensation and employee compensation. As roles and responsibilities change and migrate to the next generation, the responsibilities increase, so you have to pay them a little bit more as a result. And that's usually coming out of the owner compensation bucket for that to happen. The third piece besides equity and compensation would be the responsibilities and the roles that people play themselves. So how are those going to change over time? And once you map out this change of equity, compensation, and roles and responsibilities on a map, if you will, over a multi-year period, therein lies your transition plan.
Great. And have you done models whereby the younger ones, actually they're not always younger, but the people taking over the business maybe forfeit some of their bonus or some of their salary that progressively purchases out equity from the owner? And
that works, but it mainly works if the firm is growing.
Right.
So growth is going to fuel a succession plan. Growth is going to drive a succession plan. So making the presumption that this hypothetical firm is growing, you need to come up with very creative ways to get that equity to change hands. So one is earning equity, perhaps through phantom or shadow equity that vests over time. It's a kind of a long-term incentive compensation program that gets people some ownership.
Great. So you mean by that, you're like, if you normally was going to pay them $120,000, you only pay them $100, and they start earning their $20,000 worth of capital.
Yes, and or if the firm grows, or more importantly, if the next generation is driving future growth,
which
they're going to
often
get. They're going to. Hopefully, they are, and that means that they're probably a good successor if they are.
Exactly.
They're going to earn some phantom equity as a result.
So you might lock in the value today and say, okay, this is a period of 3 to 5 years we're going to buy out. Whatever the variance in value of the business is because of the growth you're contributing to, we're going to allocate a percentage of that to your equity.
You're going to get a piece of the growth, an appreciation right, if you will. Plus foregoing some of your bonus to go toward purchasing shares from the founders and any number of other means.
And as we said in the other video, making sure at some point they physically put skin in the game, hand money over to purchase from
very important for the next generation to write a check. Also very important for them to look for external financing to sort of extricate the founder from the financing mechanism. That's also very important.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time. Once again, another moment with Sue with David Selig. Cheers.